So it's been crazy with this whole Tupac. We got people that are gonna say Tupac is still alive. We got people that are gonna say he went to Cuba. Um, I remember an Eminem verse, a freestyle, where he said, "A lot of talk of rumors on us. Who's the hottest? To be honest, hip hop ain't been the same since Tupac moved to Cuba on us." And I remember hearing all the phone calls to the radio station, all this other stuff, and yeah, he didn't die in the hospital. He moved. He left somewhere, and all of this stuff. People, nurses calling in to the hospital and all that, and saying that. Well, from what we have here, the former head of security for Death Row Records, Reggie Wright Jr., recently joined Bomb First to confirm new rumors related to the Tupac murder. According to Reggie Wright, the last living man who claims to have been in the vehicle used to carry out the fatal drive by shooting may finally be arrested for his role in the infamous murder. In the above that I'm reading right now, um, they asked Mr. Wright about the rumors regarding Keefe D and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Um, Reggie stated that there are rumors that there's an uptick in activity between Las Vegas police and Keefe D, and that investigators are trying to further the investigation into the fatal shooting. Without providing details, Wright suggested that Keefe D has had a nervous 2 weeks and that the police are indeed in the midst of an active investigation. Keefe D said, let's put it this way. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Reggie Wright says in the interview, it's a Vlad TV interview. He says in the interview, let's put it this way, right? Um, pardon me. I said Vlad. Bomb first. Pardon me. I'm tripping. I done did so much videos today and editing. I'm tripping right now. All right. So he said, um, let's put it this way. I bet Keefe D has been having the runs for the last 2 weeks because, yeah, they're knocking on doors and there's some activity. Reggie Wright Jr. also added that he's not looking forward to Keefe D's arrest, considering his own legal troubles. However, he stated that he has no tolerance for murder, sex crimes, or violence against women. Wright even made a challenge out of the news and asked viewers to predict the 2022 date at which Keefe D will be arrested while promising a prize to whoever predicts the correct date. So this is very strange. Um, what I think is sad that because we live by this no telling, no snitching policy, from the time when you're young, you're a child, don't tattletale. It doesn't matter what color you are. So we're not going to colorize this. It doesn't matter what color you are. When you're young, why are you telling your siblings? Don't be a tattletale. You're a tattletaler. You know, start making all kind of names with it. But that is what actually, if this is true, what Reggie White Jr. is saying, um, on this Bomb First podcast, if this is true that Keefe D is going to be arrested, that's a scary thing to think. This is just one man, right? The West is 40 million people in California. 40 million people in California. It's 19 million people in New York State. So this one man out of 40 million people in that state, right, says that he knows for sure that Keefe D is going to get arrested. If he knows that, how many other people know that? If he honestly and wholeheartedly believes that in his heart and he knows that, somebody told him that because he wasn't there. Somebody told him that because if you weren't physically there to see Keefe do it or see him get out the car or whatever the case may be, how would you know? So someone knows, multiple people know. And I said the whole thing about the tattletale thing to say this. That's the reason why we don't know what happened because people will hold it down. That's the reason why 2Pac's killer hasn't been brought to justice, because we want to hold it down. We don't want to tattletale. We don't want to snitch. We don't want to be labeled as a rat. But Mr. Shakur's son is gone. It's been gone for over 20 years. You trying to tell me this man passed away 96, 95, 96, and 20 something years later on an open strip, 20 something years later, y'all are just now gonna tell us who it is. And I can't honestly say it's all the police. I can't. But once again, back to the neighborhoods. People say don't snitch, don't tell. And that right there will leave a whole bunch of unsolved mysteries. And I'm not advocating, I'm not saying somebody come out and tell, but how is it that people know that there's a good chance that Keefe D pulled the trigger and Keefe D's still around? How much do people really care about Pac? You understand what I'm saying? How much do you really care about somebody to even talk about him if you're going to openly admit, I know who did it? Love, life, and loyalty is the motto. Stay safe, stay real, and stay true. You rock with me, I rock with you. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Leave your questions and your comments at the bottom. Reggie Wright Jr., head security for Death Row, is saying that he knows for sure that Keefe D killed 2Pac. Let me know how y'all feel, man. One.